All right, so this right here is an old map of Africa. Um, so instead of it being a political map that shows all the modern countries that we know right now, um, it is it is it was made in terms of kingdoms. So it's just a map of all the kingdoms of Africa. All right. So it's zoomed in, and but right above here, right, it says Negroland, but I don't want to show all that right now. Anyway, what I want to show is the land of Judah, the king of Judah, and actually, what else is there to make a statement about his kingdom? All right, let me kind of going a little bit. Boom. King of Judah, or Huida. All right, Huida would be just another interpretation of the word Judah. All right, see there, slave coast. Right, right there, and this is West Africa. All right, now the whole area, right, the whole area now was called Guinea. The whole area was called Guinea, right across West Africa. All right. And as a matter of fact, um, the whole African continent at one point was Ethiopia during that time. And even the Atlantic Ocean was also called the Ethiopian Ocean. But I don't really want to go into that right now. What I want to go into is, right, this again, Judah. Now, we heard that in the Bible it says that you're going to go back again in slavery on ships, right, to Egypt. Egypt interpreted as the new Babylon, which is America that we live in right now. All right, America is just a modern Egypt, you know, and conveniently you can see right there it says slave coast, king of Judah, slave coast, Judah or Huida, which it depends on how you pronounce it. All right. Anyway, let us hear what the young man has to say. The guy who's presenting the video, I think he's doing a wonderful job.
And we can go into that a little bit more later. And then we have Upper or Proper Guinea, which is this kind of area bordering West Africa. And one of the topics that I'm going to need to broach now, actually, because it's such an important one. I mean, there's so many topics, and we have to actually probably skip ahead of this much faster than I had planned to, is this Kingdom of Judah. Okay. Now, this is really significant, and I'm not going to go into a lot of detail, but when I had a lot of, Black Americans or melanated Americans start telling me the theory about, Americans being the true Hebrews, I was very, very dismissive. When I say dismissive, I was like, I don't have enough data. One of the first things I saw that blew my mind was this map, and I did see this map probably about 10 years ago, and highlight the Kingdom of Judah right there on the African continent, and my jaw dropped. What's significant as well is the Kingdom of Judah is synonymous with the slave coast. So the Judeans, or the people of Judah, were clearly either involved in the trade of slaves,
And we know they
were the
weren't.
victims of slave trading.
Very much the victims.
Now, the reason I say involved in the trade of slaves, because I'm not making a presumption here that the slave coast is necessarily a one-way outgoing of slaves. Knowing what I know about British history and about European history now, this very well could have been two-way. There could have been a receipt of slaves here as well. What's also really interesting is that I have friends and family now actually who are from different parts of Nigeria, and the Igbo are actually able to translate several Hebrew terms into their language without any difficulty of transliteration. There's terms
Talk to
that
them.
are literally kind of Hebrew terms that are in the Bible which translate word for word, meaning the same thing in Igbo language, which I find mind-blowing. I didn't know this before.
All right. I really didn't want to pause right there, but guess what? It just occurred to me. So I did a little research on patois, right? That I talk in Jamaica, or that the Jamaicans speak, and many of the little terms that we use, right? When I check them in Hebrew, they mean the same things. All right. And then again too, how is it that the Gula or the Geechee people that speaks the Gula language in the Carolinas and some parts in Florida, in those regions, how is it that those people are able to speak exact patois like Jamaicans and they have no connections? There's no historical connection between the Jamaicans and the Gula Geechee people, right? But how is it that how is it that a Jamaican can go to the Gula people right now and feel comfortable, or a Gula person can go to Jamaica right now and have a conversation in patois? That may I tell you no, we didn't speak no broken English, we speak broken Hebrew. That's what we spoke. Well, that's what we speak. Broken Hebrew. And that may I tell you no. And little English mix up in it and some other little same thing. You understand me? They didn't want to. Alright. If we had known that we spoke broken Hebrew, then our identity would have been given away. And them now want you to know say you're the Hebrews. You understand me? And we are just the Judeans are just one tribe. So now, are we if you know decipher and try to find out which part the Benjamite them come from, you understand me? And the Issacharite them and the rest of them and them there, which part them come from. But right, yeah, so it says so boom. Judah, you say, Uida, or Huda, or whatever, it depends on the tongue of the day. You see me? See it there? See it there? The slave course. And that is say, you know. You see me? I know me say so, you know. Our history says so, you know. And this is before them corrupt Africa and carve up Africa between Europe, you know. Between all of the European countries, them, you know. You see me? Okay. I know me say so. And them say so. And I them do it. Yeah, man. Alright, so let me play again and see what I go on. What? No questions asked. Are we read the Bible, and the Bible is about our journey and our prophecy and our history and our bloodline. When you read the Bible, they even tell you the bloodline. You see me? I feel we God name Yahweh or Yahweh or whatever. You see me I say? Yes, man. So, what we are going to do? I try to find where the other tribe them they know. That's my journey right now. You see me? Okay.
But I now know this. And so a lot of it leans to support in evidence that there seems to be some kind of an origin story between the West African Judah and the biblical Judah that I just literally cannot deny at this stage. It seems like there's a lot of evidence. I also
you can't deny
recently
it.
came in
You can't deny it. Are the same group among them, the same group of people that were slaves in Egypt, cross the desert, going north, go to Egypt, end up as slaves at Egypt. You see me I say? Are the same man them there. I see them here. Are the same man them there. You see me? And guess which part they come from? They come from the Gold Coast. See there? The Gold Coast. When you hear in the Bible, who did have one whole of gold? Now the Judeans them, the man them they deck out in a bare gold and sitting. All King Solomon and them and the other man they rich. And David them. You see me? Gold Coast. See there? That's how you say. Okay. Alright. So first, the man them go to slavery at Egypt. You see me I say? Babylonians did have them in a slavery too. And this is because of the gift for them and them have, you know. God's chosen people, you know, meaning, you know, them man are bright, you know, them man are talented, you know, and them man did have all of the knowledge about the stars and the sciences and everything, you know, brother. You see me I say, and arts and craft. You see me, and the music, the fine music, the minstrels. I did them a people, the music. I wish I think the reggae come from and the everything and the hip hop and the everything, all of the dance them and the entertainment and theatre and everything. See it here? The whole of the region here. You see me? But anyway, the man them go in a slavery again. Babylonians did have them. Egyptians, the Hellenists them, the Greeks, and then the Byzantines them, the Romans, Zin, and then you know end this so after then get free come back a promised land so per se and whatever, then pursue them after now. And so they end up America because they know which part then there. So then come back for them again on ship. The Bible say you're going to enter into slavery again. But this time by ways of ship. You're not going to cross no desert. He said this time by way of ship. You see me? So as so now, you know, so the prophecy that now, and they say you're going to go in a slavery for how much year? 400 years. And didn't we do that? Alright.
That actually, this person has a YouTube channel. I'll try and put the link in the bottom. About the Evre people of Nigeria. And the Evre people of Nigeria apparently classify themselves as the original Hebrew people of the Bible as well. So there's a lot going on and there's a lot to unload. Now, I'm not biblically inclined and I'm not Igbo, and I don't think, at least from what I know of my ancestry, that I have any links to Hebrew origins. So my interest isn't on a personal one, but from a historical perspective, it's incredibly interesting. We have the Kingdom of Ashanti here, and we know that they were instrumental in both facilitating and then fighting against the slave trade, which is interesting. Now, I'm not a massive believer in the slave trade being responsible for the peopling of black people across the world. I do believe there was a trade that took place, but I also believe that Europeans and Africans traded back and forth for thousands and thousands of years, and history is not as black and white as people think.